Hello, welcome everyone. Today we're going to discuss a new camera setup I have and also going over some of the stuff we have for the new studio. As you may know, I'm currently set up at home and I'm building my new studio within my man cave up in the loft. But due to this virus going around, that's been put on hold for a while because everybody else is at home and we haven't got the space to be able to do that. But I just want to go through a few items I have received. Before I carry on, everything in this video I have purchased with my own money. None of it is sponsored or given to me to review. So everything I have here is been purchased by myself. So my main recording camera has been this. This is a Panasonic GX8. And I've been doing some research and I came across the new Canon M6 Mark II. So I had the opportunity of getting one, so I purchased myself one. So I'm just going to do a quick overview on both of these. Let's just move the new merchandise out of the way. So this one, as I say, I've had it now for a number of years. This is the GX8. It records in 4K, exactly the same as this, and it has a flip out screen, which I enjoy. But I wanted to go for something a bit more meatier and to give me better quality. So doing some reviews, I was going to go for the Canon M50. But as I say, I came across this. It was second-hand-ish. Its photo count was at 1 when I got it, so only one photo had been taken. It came with a couple of lenses. So let's just do a quick rundown on a comparison between the two. I'll put some stats up as we go. With the GX8, this came out roughly in July 2016. It has a 20 megapixel sensor, a 4/3 sensor within it, and it has 12 frames per second. As I say, it does 4K, it's got built-in viewfinder, and it has the flip out screen. This one, the M6 Mark II, came out I think around August 2019. 33 megapixel sensor. It has a flip up screen. So on this, when you are doing your vlogging and anything, if you do have a microphone on here, it does getting away a little bit. That's what I don't like with regards to this one. As I say, this one has the flip out screen that comes out, and when you are videoing you can put your microphone on top and you can still see yourself. But I do find myself in looking away from the lens as I'm talking. I've been using them both now for a couple of weeks. I've only done one video with this one so far and it turned out rather good. I've not uploaded it at the moment, but it will come soon. As I say, they both do 4K video. I think it's 24 frames per second on the 4K, exactly the same as this. If I think about the weight, so body alone is 481 grams with that. And this one is only 408. So if we take off the lenses off them, you can see this one is relatively smaller. So the Canon is relatively smaller than the Panasonic. This has a very good grip on the side. This one I have been using it, and I didn't want to put a strap on like that, so I've been using the wrist strap. This is very comfy. I've got quite small hands. This has been very comfy compared to this, and as I say, the lightweightness is really, really good. You can feel the difference between the two. On this, you don't get a viewfinder. There's no viewfinder on this. It comes as an extra. Where this has it, and it has a tilting viewfinder. I don't really use the viewfinder. I normally use the screen. So on that one, it's not a big downside for me. One of the downsides on this one was it had no built-in flash for GX8. I moved up from the GX7 to the GX8. This one did have the flash on it. So when I did move up to the GX8, I wasn't too impressed with it not having a flash. You can have an external flash on, and that's fine. But I did miss the flash. But that is the good thing with this. So the Mark II does come with the flash, and again you can bounce it off. So that is good, and that's one of the things I did like about it. It's one of the things I did miss on the GX8 was the flash. My GX7, I loved the GX7, but for some reason I didn't really fall in love with the GX8. I've had it, I say, a couple of years. It's done what I wanted it. That's why I never got rid of the GX7, because I enjoyed it. But this does have weather sealing, the GX8, where the Mark II does not have weather sealing, so I don't know how that's going to interact. This has proper image stabilisation in it. This one, all the lenses comes with image stabilisation within, so we need to see how that goes as we do go along. Let's put this lens back on. But when we do talk about lenses between the Panasonic and the Canon, this one has, I think, 103 different lenses you can buy for it. This one at the moment only has, I think it's 18 to 20 lenses. So if I think about the lenses I have with it at the moment, what come with my Canon, I did get, I think that's an 11 to 22 millimeter, and this one is 18 to 150. My lenses for this, I do have quite a few. I have this is I have a 20mm. This one is a 18 to 42, 45 to 200, 100, 300, and on it I do have a 33 millimeter lens. So there's quite a few lenses for my Panasonic, so I won't be getting rid of it anytime soon, and I do like the Canon. The good thing about the Canon is we have quite a few other Canon cameras around the house, so I purchased myself a AF to M converter. So let's have a quick look at this. I've done some reviews on it, and the one from Canon I think is over £100. This one was only £30. I think it was £31, and it came highly recommended, as good if not better than the Canon. So that would just fit on, and then you would put your normal Canon lenses on. So I will give that a test at a later date, and maybe do another video on that and see how that actually goes. But as I say, it's plastic around here, all metal fittings inside, and a metal shoe as well. So that will be good. I will give that a test, and hopefully I will get some use out of the other lenses we have around. Another thing I noticed was actually the size of the battery chargers. Exactly the same size in that. So one thing I did buy with the GX8 is I found out it did use a lot of batteries, so I carried around about 3 or 4 separate batteries. As I say, I haven't used the Canon that much. I did go out yesterday taking some photos, and I have done the odd filming just to test some photos around the house. So I did buy myself a couple of batteries. I went for a set from HomeSuit. And the reason I picked these ones, again, good charger, was the colours of the batteries. So all of my batteries around the house are all looking the same and they're all roughly the same size. So that's my GX7. This is my Canon battery. But as I say, I haven't used it too much, but I have found actually these ones, the third-party batteries, actually last as long, if not as good as what the Canon one was. And the good thing about it, as I say, all my batteries are looking like this at the moment. So when I'm looking for a battery for my camera, I've had to mark them on the bottom of what they are. Getting the different coloured ones, I won't need to mark it then. I won't need to put the mark on the bottom. I know these will be for my Canon. And I do like the double charger within this. When it's fully charged, it does switch itself off, which is really, really good. So let's talk a little bit more about actually what else we have for the studio. So the studio we are building up in the loft stroke man cave is going to be for me to be able to record. I have a whole desk set up. I won't be using today within the front room. I won't be taking space around the house. So the lights I've got at the moment, they are really, really good. If you've seen my previous video on the lights, I'll put that in the comments below. They are very, very portable, ideal to move around the house, take wherever I'm going when I'm going out on location. So I didn't really want to put those fixed in the studio, but also I didn't want to keep taking the lights out when I want to go somewhere. So the lights I've currently got will be my ones for using around the house and to take on location, because they are fantastic. So I did get myself this little rig here. This is a small soft light. I'll put a link in to where I actually got it from below. So all I need up there is one single light, and I just want it above me. So I put something, this is really, really light, and it will go above at a nice distance. I do like this one, so on the side you can switch it on, and on the back here you can see how powerful it is. This is fully charged. I haven't charged it since I got it, and you can turn on up the power and the brightness. You can dim it down, and it goes up to 5,600 Kelvin down to 3,200, and then you can change the brightness on that. So that comes also with the shoe fitting, so that I will, as I say, fit up in the studio, and that will be bright enough and powerful enough for what I want. As I say, it's 100% charged at the moment. It's come fully charged, but it's got a nice long lead as well, so that I can put up and that will be fine. There's no need to take it down or anything like that. So that is a very, very nice. I might do a single video on that when I do actually get it up there set up. And some of them do come with a fan at the back, and when you record you can hear it. This one has no fan, and it's all LED, so it's not going to get very hot. So it's got 192 LEDs in it, so that is very, very good for a simple studio up there. Then if I think about the mic, this mic is a shoehorn mic, and I've been using it since I come back from India. I got it to go to India, but I never actually took it to India with me because of the setup I was taking. I want to take as little as possible, and I was filming on my Sony action cam, and that's what I'm actually filming this on today, is that Sony action cam. So you will see a difference in quality between my previous videos and this. This is the one I used, as I say, when I was walking around the streets, and it will be what I use when I do my ones where I walk the streets. I did get offered a Rode mic, but I wanted to stay with this one. This one I think was £30 or something like that. It was rather cheap. I'll put a link in below on it, and it's really, really good. It's battery powered. You can go up 10 and 20 decibels, so you can set it, and it's just been a fantastic directional mic where every time I've used it, it has been really, really well. So I wanted to stay with this one because, as I say, I do like it. The only thing about when using it with the GX8 was the connection. It comes with the 3.5 centimeter connection, so your standard connection. This is a 2.5, so you do have to buy yourself the connection lead. With the Canon, you don't need that vertical lead, which is really good. But I have been recording on both cameras just to test them side by side, so I did get myself a splitter. Some mics won't work if you use a splitter. This one, no issues, the sound was perfect in both. So what I did was plug it in, set one with the converter, so one into the Panasonic, one into the Canon, and perfect. Do remember when you use it, switch it on. I have one once you forgot to switch it on, but there is a little light on the side. So the way I now do it is I put it onto a small shoe and do it that way, so I can always see that the light is on. I did have it previously facing down, and I never seen when the light was on and off. So yeah, just use error on that. But a great little mic, and as I say, very cheap, and I have been offered others, but I will be staying with this one. Probably need to get myself a second one to when I'm out and about, so I can set it in the studio and leave that one set up there. Let's just move these away. So with my Canon, as I say, I did get myself the two lenses. I always try and put a filter protector on the lens, and I normally use the Polaroid ones. These aren't the cheapest, but they're the most expensive. You can pay anything from £5 up to over £100 for a cover to go on the lens. I do recommend having one on the lens because of scratches and dust and that lot. But I came across this other company called K&F. They weren't any cheaper, more than the Polaroid, but they did have a bigger variety, and I've seen some reviews on it, so I wanted to test and see what one was like. So let's get this one open. The thing I like about these is the casing on this, and I can hang it up. This casing looks different. Looks a bit, I don't like it as much as I like that this for some reason, but suppose it will come in handy for other things. This one has a couple of grips on the side, so there is the Polaroid one. This one is thicker, and as I said, it has grips on the side to make it easier to possibly screw in. And there it puts maybe 1.5 size of what the Polaroid is. I don't know if I like it being thicker like that, but I will go out later and take some photos on that and give that one a try. This cap fits in. So that's our lenses, and we've covered off our mic. Another good thing to get is on the GX8 you can hide away your back screen. I do have a cover on it, but when you're travelling it's good to hide it away. With the Canon there's no real way of hiding it away, so one of the things I do recommend is you get yourself a shield to go on the back. I went for this one. I didn't go for the cheapest. I had a look at the reviews. I don't use the Amazon reviews anymore. I always go and have a quick look on YouTube because I found Amazon reviews to be very unreliable. So if you have a look at my profile at the moment, I've taken off all my reviews off the profile, have been taken down because they said I've done too many reviews. They don't like it when you do too many reviews, so I find Amazon reviews now a little bit biased, and I go onto YouTube and actually do some investigation on there. So I found these on there. I'll say they weren't the cheapest, they were a couple of pounds more than the others, but it was easy enough to fit on, and they do seem a bit thicker, but the touchscreen works perfectly. As I said, I didn't want to go for a neck strap because when you are doing filming and that lot, setting it up on your tripod on your studio, I found it getting in the way quite a bit. So I went for a wrist strap on this one. So I looked around for some wrist straps, and I only wanted a small one like this. And the cheapest way of getting it was to actually buy a big one, and this one came as a free gift with it. So this there's no way of attaching this properly onto there, but this one fits perfect. So this is a spare. As I say, it was cheaper to buy this one and get this one for free than what it was to actually try and buy one like that. But this is a good strong strap, and I may use it on one of the bigger cameras we have. I have found using a wrist strap a lot easier than I thought it would be, and a lot smoother to as I say, to carry around. It nicely fits in. You don't have the neck strap getting in the way. Then also for the loft, the way I'm doing the studio is I'm having it built onto the desk itself. So I had to get myself a tripod mount. So I went for this newer one. I actually bought it second hand, and it turned out very cheap on the Amazon site itself. It was just a Amazon return, so it came from the Amazon warehouse, and it was half the price of what it was brand new, and it came all boxed or fully functional. So as I will be using the two cameras, I also wanted to get myself a plate. The first one I ordered off Amazon due to the virus was over a month's wait, and then it come up and said actually it was lost in the post, so I had to order another one. So I went for this other one. I put a link to both of them in. This one wasn't as big or as expensive as the other one. It came as two. I'm using the other one for a new light fitting I'm putting together. But this will be actually, I put both cameras onto the and use them both at the same time. But as I'm doing that up in the loft, as I say, I'm using a desk pole to actually put them on. So I've got myself a little extension shoe, so I can put that onto the rig I'm using, and I can move it up and down. When I actually start putting the rig together, I will do a small time-lapse video to show you guys on how it's actually going to look. One of the things I did find out is when I am filming, especially on the tripod, is all my tripods are aimed at still cameras. I do need something to do a slight movement. So after I ordered this, that's when I worked it out, because I was doing a cooking video. I just wanted to move it slightly, and moving it slightly with this can be a bit of a pain, so I wanted one with a handle at the back, just for my cooking one. So I got myself this. This was by newer, and this again is by newer. They do quite a lot of stuff actually, I'm finding out. They do lights, other fittings and everything, so newer are becoming quite a popular brand. I've never really heard of them when I started this YouTube. So this is my new tripod head, and again I've just got it so it's got the arm there, so I can actually just do some nice gentle movements. As I say, when you're doing it like this, when you're doing it, it's a bit hard to move around by hand. Having the handle just makes it easier. So I will give that a try. I've never used one with a handle like this before, so it'll probably take some getting used to. So I'll give that one a go. So as I say, these are the two cameras which I will now be using, and I'll probably be using both at the same time, do some testing. I'll put some stills I took with this one yesterday, the Canon. If you do want to see some stills from this, go along to my Instagram account, or even to my website, and have a look. You'll see photos from both of the Panasonics, the GX7 and the GX8. Anything new I take with this, I will put in the comments, and have a look at the videos as well. As the videos coming along, I will put when I start shooting with the Canon, or when I start uploading the Canon ones. If you do have any questions on either camera, please comment below, and if you've got any comments on the rest of the equipment, please ask, and if there's anything else you want to see, as I say, as the studio comes along, I will be showing you guys it. But for now, thank you very much, take care, stay safe.